Hello, my wonderful viewer. Is another moment that you happen to meet once again on my channel. I want to say thank you for always finding time to be here. My name is Joseph. I talk about economy, I talk about finance development, and I spice it up with some few of politics. So today's topic, I'm going to talk about exactly what's happening as far as the economy is concerned. People are saying that recession is hereby with us, or the collapse of economy. It's inevitable as of where we are right now. The prices of products are skyrocketing. Yesterday there was a revision of the petrol prices by the IPRA, that is in Kenya, and the petrol now is going to almost 200. Or they are saying now the government, it's not in a position to offer the subsidy of the petrol. So what I can say as of now is that it is not a matter of if the economy will collapse, or rather they will get what something called the recession. It's not a matter of if, but when. When it's going to happen, that should be the biggest question we should ask ourselves, because we are in a position whereby we can say we are just trying to prolong the inevitable. Things are, skyrocketing prices when it comes to the maize flour, the wheat flour, the oil, that is the crude oil price. It's, in the market, it's very up there. And by the way, the coffin, or rather the nail on the coffin, was the collapse of the Bitcoin. Yesterday, there was a very bad news about the collapse of the cryptocurrency world, and people are saying, like, those cryptos may not be in a position to come back where they were before. For instance, if you take an example for Bitcoin, right now is trading at around 20,000 US dollars from 50,000 US dollars. See, it has fallen to a point whereby we cannot even say, like, it is a point whereby we can talk of we are heading, or we are moving on the direction that is not so good economically. So we always meet here when such crisis happens and get to discuss with you and get to see exactly how can we help each other, or what are the tips or the life hacks that you can be able to incorporate in our daily lives, so that at least we do not get ourselves on the wrong side when this happens. First of all, let's all agree unanimously that this is going to happen. It's not if it will happen, but when it will happen. So I always talk about these things. It's always good to make sure that at least you know where you're using your money. I love to repeat this point like almost every time I pull up a camera and talk about anything on my channel as far as the economy is concerned. I love to insist on classifying your things into three categories, and that is the need to have, the nice to have, or rather the need to have, the good to have, and the nice to have. So the moment you understand how your house is, or what or where you use your money as far as those three categories are concerned, you can be able to know exactly some of the things that you need to shake off, and say that it's not a must you be will live with them, and from that point you can be able to direct that essential or little cash to that area that it is very, very sensitive. For instance, those people who have children in schools, you're supposed to know that fees, the school fees does not negotiate with you. Food does not negotiate with you. If you're not living in your own home, that is, if you're renting, the rent doesn't negotiate with you, as well as clothing does not negotiate with you. So it is good to make sure that at least you direct that little cash that you have in the area that it is very sensitive. And if it's possible, I always advise that put that money of yours to a point whereby it's gonna make you something. For instance, if you look at the situation that you are having right now as far as the crypto is concerned, and the stock market is nosediving, I would advise that this is usually makes the best times for one to buy a specific service or a product. For instance, although I won't really recommend you to buy it as of now, because for instance, they are projecting the Bitcoin price will fall up to 14,000 US dollars by the end of October. So I won't really recommend you to buy that. But you know what they say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the next best time to plant a tree is today. So you can just go for that Bitcoin, and hold still. Even if it goes down below to 14,000 as they are projecting, it might be still pick up again, and move. Because if you say, like, I'll still wait, and I would advise you to wait, but I would advise you as well, it's good to be very careful and know exactly the best move that you're supposed to make. For instance, if you live in Kenya, it's good to understand that almost everything has hiked in price. For instance, you look the cooking oil, the maize flour, the wheat flour. I've captured this at the beginning of my video. So it is good to make sure that at least you direct that cache of viewers in areas that you know are of essential to you. Last time I was having a discussion with somebody, and we were having a conversation, and that individual, or rather, I was telling that individual that something like a cooking oil, it is not so necessary. It is good. It is okay. It's only that we got used to frying food and such kind of a thing, but it is not that necessary. It's not that a necessity that we should have it. But well, if you are to use it, I would say use it sparingly. All right. So those are the areas that I decided to touch up about today, so that at least we can see the areas that we can be able to, minimize our usage, so that at least we caution ourselves when that D-Day comes, because it is on the way. Thank you for being with me in this short video. I'm recommend you, if you love that kind of a content, is that you be with me. That is by subscribing the channel, like the video, comment down below, and share me out if you're in a position to. Until next time we meet, goodbye.